What's up, guys? This is Ruben the Tailor coming back to you with another quick video. Guess what? I know it's been a while, but guess what? I have a special guest. So let's do this. Before we get started, let's jump into the intro and we'll go from there. Once again, Ruben the Tailor. See you guys soon. Peace. What's up, Omar?
What's up,
What's
brother?
up, brother?
How are you?
Guess what, man? I have Omar Riyadh 4-0, man. What's up, man? Thank you so much for coming, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. I know it's we were communicating a bunch. Hey, what time? What we're gonna do? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is just showing initiative of somebody that really wants it. Thank you so much, Omar, for coming. Like always, I don't know if you know the format of the show. I ask you a couple questions because I want to know what's in the mind of an MMA fighter.
Yep.
That makes sense. I don't claim to be a fighter. I'm a boxer, but I don't box to fight. I box to train and obviously to try to get in shape. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. But my goal here is to get into your mind.
Yep.
I want to see what happens once you're out of the fight because I was at your last fight. I believe it was in November.
March 9th.
March 9th. March 9th in Hendo, right?
Yep.
I was there and you fought, who did you?
Eric Leandro.
Eric Leandro. I think I remember that fight. But now that you're out, now that the mouth guard is out, now that you're not all sweaty, now that your gloves are off, your hands are wrapped, I want to see what goes on in your head. Because right now, this is Omar. You see what I'm saying? But when he's walking through that cage,
It's a different person.
it's a different person. And I think I've talked about that in the past. I think I talked about with Nate and Kim. And I need to know what's in your mind because in my mind, it's like turning on a switch.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Right now, this guy came in earlier. Is like, hey, what's up, Ruben? Thank you, blah, blah, blah. We're just talking,
Petting the dogs.
Yeah, just chilling, right? But then all of a sudden, if there was a fight tomorrow, I wouldn't even recognize this guy. So once again, brother, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully we have fun here. We always have fun, but tell me a little bit about yourself, Omar. Well, by the way, do you have a fighting name? Because I don't know if you have a fighting name.
Like nickname?
Yeah, your nickname.
Well, I have like some unofficial nicknames. I think the Lion.
The
just
Lion?
'cause, the Lion has like cultural significance
Got you.
in Iraq.
Got you.
Anytime like you have supporters or whatnot, they call you Esed, which like translates to lion. Mainly like Lionheart, that type of thing.
There you go.
So I'd say that's like my fight nickname.
So Omar the Lion, Riyadh?
Yeah.
Riyadh. And one of the things that when I started talking to him the other day, Riyadh, it reminded me of Iraq because I was in Iraq. That makes sense. And come to find out, he was born in Iraq. So now you were here since you were 2 years old, right?
No, since about second grade. I was probably.
Oh, you were second grade. I heard 2. I just didn't pay attention. But if you don't mind, before we get into the fighting, tell me about Iraq because obviously I was there for a different reason. Does that make sense? But me being in the military, being all over the world, I love culture. You see what I'm saying? And I love seeing the different religions, the different food, the different things. I just want to, if you don't mind, let me probe you real quick and tell me a little about what you. Let's just start with this. What part of Iraq are you from, bro?
I was born in Baghdad.
Baghdad. Yes, I was there. I was there in 2004.
I was born 2004.
Oh my God! Look, full circle, right?
Yep.
I was there in 2004. He was born in 2004. How old are you, man?
I'm 20 years old.
You're 20 years old, and you're already fighting.
Yeah.
Guys, check this out. Look in the background. Look at these beautiful belts. We're going to talk about these belts here in a second, guys. But 20 years old. You know what I was doing at 20 years old? Nothing, bro.
Nothing.
I'm like, I got to do something with my life, and that's the reason I joined the Marine Corps. But in 2004, you were born in Baghdad. And tell me a little bit about that, growing up and then coming into the United States. And I don't know.
Well, growing up, almost all my family at that point was living in Iraq.
Yeah.
Both mom and dad side of the family.
Okay.
We had a few family members move out.
Gotcha.
Obviously, like some areas were a little bit more unsafe than others.
Of course.
And my parents just wanted a better life for us, so we eventually moved out. But I miss being there. We've gone and visited the country twice since then.
24-hour flight.
Dude, no, even longer. It's like a
Really?
day and a half of like traveling.
Oh, but then again, I took military, so that's why it took
maybe it's like a
24 hours for
flight,
me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Would hop on from like one airport to another to another.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of family there. Mainly like on my mom's side of the family.
Yes.
And
Oh wow. Nice. Now, as far as you coming here to the United States, how old were you when you were here?
So second grade, probably about 8 years old.
8 years old. 8 years old. And at 8 years old, obviously you were in elementary school. What school did you go to? I don't know if you want to give them a shout out or anything, but
let's see if I even remember.
Right?
I moved around a lot when we moved here. At first, we lived in Tucson, Arizona.
Okay.
We lived there for about 3 years, and then after that, we moved to Illinois.
Oh, really?
Lived in Aurora, kind of close to Chicago.
Yeah, I know Aurora.
Lived there for about a year, and then eventually we moved to California, and I've been here since about 6th grade.
Since 6th grade, and then from here on, you went to junior high and high school, middle school for some of you guys that are, don't know what junior high is, but middle school, high school, and then you graduated.
All in California, yeah.
All California. Do you like California the best?
Yeah, I like everything in California.
Yeah.
Probably has a lot more to do than Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, right. It's all desert. At least you can carry guns out there in Arizona, right? Yeah. That's the great thing about it. But you said earlier, and I was trying to listen closely. You say you miss Baghdad.
Yeah, I miss the family I have in Baghdad.
Oh, got you. The family.
I associate those sort of things with living there. Yeah. The nostalgia, the family, food, the culture.
Absolutely.
So definitely those are the things that I miss most about the country.
And you know what's funny? I was talking to my wife the other day, and I told her, I miss Iraq. Yeah. Even though I'm not from there, it's just I miss it. Once again, the culture, the people. I mean, some of the best people that I met was in Iraq. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And obviously, I was there for something different because obviously we had the war going on. But the thing is, there's a time and place. So the place where I was meeting the people, eating the food, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah. How can such a country go through something like this, right? Yeah. But then again, you go into the combat zone because, like I mentioned, I was in Fallujah, and it's one of those. Okay, I see the difference. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when I was talking to him and found out he was from Iraq, I'm like, dude, I need you on the show, man. Yeah. I know we're not talking about fighting yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But once again, it just brings me back. I don't know if you can see back there on my awards. Those are from Iraq and stuff like that. So, yeah, those back when I was skinnier. Right? Yeah. Cool, man. Cool.
A lot of medals.
Absolutely. So after you got out of high school, obviously you're 20 years old, right? Yeah. Okay, what did you do? Did you work or...
So I was training all throughout high school. I started in 8th grade.
So you were wrestling?
Yeah, I wrestled in 8th grade. Okay. Wrestled all the way until freshman year.
Got it.
COVID hit around my sophomore year, so I didn't have wrestling season that year. And that's kind of when I transitioned to jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and striking.
Got you.
And then eventually, finally, when I moved over to Temecula, that's when I started mixing everything together in the same setting.
Now, you say Temecula. I know there's a gym in Temecula called Dan Henderson
Athletic Fitness
Center.
Yes, sir.
Since you were there, is that the gym you joined?
I was there for about 3 years, since I was like 17 all the way until I left when I was 20.
Yeah,
and that's when I started fighting. Yeah, I had 2 fights before I graduated high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you start? I don't want to say professional because you're still amateur. Right?
Amateur, yeah.
When did you start getting into the cage?
Into the cage?
Yeah.
I had my debut December of 2022.
Okay, so 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. That's when I first started my competition.
Yeah.
But before that, I was training with all the pros there, all the amateurs with the team. I had done jiu-jitsu competitions plenty of times. I've had one kickboxing match before that. So
did you ever have any PKBs?
Yeah, I did one of those when I was 16 years old.
Everybody keeps telling me, Ruben, you should do a PKB, but
those are a lot of fun.
They are. It's just you're waiting around forever. I think the last time I went to go with Jeff, we were there for like 6 hours.
Yeah,
and then
it's a mess.
It is a mess. No, with all due respect to all the PKB people out there,
just tournaments in general. It's like schedules get moved around.
It's organized chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
It's organized chaos. And then finally, when our guys went on, I'm like, yeah. And as soon as they were done, I'm out of here, man. Cool. And then, how did it feel being at Henderson, knowing you have Dan Henderson there? Do you see him every day?
I saw him about once or twice a week.
Really?
He coached on Tuesdays.
Okay.
So that's when I saw him mainly. I saw him around the gym, but that's the time that he would actually be teaching us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And when did you decide? Did you decide, or someone said, "Hey, Omar, you're ready to fight, bro. Let's do your first official fight in MMA"?
So mainly, like, I wanted to make sure I was fully ready before going because I knew I was 18 years old. Other people have been training since they were like a lot younger. Bro. A lot younger.
Wow. So, you know what I was doing at 18 years old? I was tagging buildings. I used to be a little wannabe graffiti artist. So never mind that I never thought that I was going to be a fighter at 18. Sorry, man. I get excited.
Yeah. So just basically like just training with everybody there, seeing how I do against like people that have competed plenty of times, pros, amateurs, engaging my skill based off of that. And that's when I knew I was ready to step in the cage.
Once, was it used to say, okay, I'm ready, or somebody was like coercing you or peer pressure?
I think like an accumulation of like myself feeling ready down inside, because like it doesn't matter how many people tell you you're ready unless you believe it yourself. Yeah. It doesn't apply, but just me feeling that I'm ready and also the people around me telling me, dude, you're ready, you do. Very good against all of us and stuff like that. Absolutely.
You know Kim, right? Kim Peterson, Jeff's wife, the Killer Panda. She had mentioned it took her 10 years to be ready. Yeah. Even though she was physically, everything, it's just that I think you feel it in your mind and your heart saying, you know what? Okay, I'm ready to fight. Yeah. Does that make sense?
It has to come from within you.
That's
crazy.
It
doesn't matter how many people tell you you're ready.
Absolutely.
Until you feel it yourself.
And are you Muslim?
Yeah.
Cool. How does your religion coincide with fighting? Does that make sense? I know that the prayers and everything, does that make you more mentally stronger, or is it something that you have to set back and say, you know what, I have to leave this here because now I'm going into the cage? Gotcha. I don't know if you can help me out with that.
Me personally, I have like a tie between the two. Okay. In the sense that like my faith and like praying 5 times a day. Yes. Like I leave no stone unturned in terms of training and preparation before I step in the cage. And then I just leave the rest in God's hands. Like Absolutely. I know whether I win, whether I lose, whether I come out unscathed or injured, I know that it's part of His plan. Really? And, I just kind of go in with a little bit less weight on my shoulders.
Well, you know what, man? God's plan is working because you're 4-0, right?
Yeah.
Now, oh my God, let me get off the whole the religion real quick. Is it scary to go into the cage knowing I might not make? It might be 4-1. I might be. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I know you have that goose egg. You know, that 4-0, and as much as you know you want to keep that 4-0 for as long as you can. Is it scary to lose it, or you just say, you know what, I already won 4. If I lose 1, hey, at least I'm learning off of my loss. Hopefully that makes sense.
I think both. The things you said are true. Obviously, like regardless, even if I wasn't undefeated, it'd still be always scary stepping into the cage and losing, regardless if it was your first loss, your second loss. Wow. But that's just something you have to like erase during fight camp. Like, hey, it doesn't matter if I'm undefeated. Yeah. Whether this guy can beat me or can't beat me, it doesn't matter. Like if I have an O going into it, like it might put a little bit of like, extra thought into their head, but absolutely. It's not going to change anything.
And you know what's funny? I've seen fighters and I'm going to fights and that are 0-3, and they're still in the cage. Yeah, hoping to get that one win. Yep. But to me, I think that's determination. That's just strength. Mentally and physically saying, you know what? I know I'm 0-3. I got to at least try to win one. And in your case, it's the reverse. You're 4-0, and your goal, obviously, I need 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. But one thing I learned from Jeff is once you go professional,
it resets. None of it matters. None of it matters to other people, but
shit. Yeah. That's what I can't wrap my head around. That makes sense. This guy can be 20-0. It's not that you would go that far, but 20-0, and as soon as he goes professional, he goes to 0-0. Yep. And then your first fight might be 0-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, I don't know. I wish it would carry over. I'm going to have to talk to the commissioners somewhere and say, hey, we got to push those things over. But I understand how that works, that you got to start your professional ranking or rating?
Career,
but record. The record, thank you. Yeah. You have to start your career record over. And once this guy goes pro, obviously I'm going to be rooting you on because I want him to be 4-0, 5-0. Next, we might see him on UFC. And speaking of UFC, what is your goal in fighting? I know you're still young, you're 20 years old, but what is your goal? Obviously, everybody always wants to go UFC, but
of course.
Is that what you're trying to do, or?
Basically, like I'm not dead set on either UFC or PFL or Bellator. Definitely UFC is the biggest. Okay. Biggest dog on the yard. Yeah. When it comes to MMA, but I just want to be able to provide for my family doing what I love, which is MMA. Like, I don't feel like I have to really get myself off the couch to go to the gym.
Are you married?
No, I'm single.
I don't know. I was married at 20. That's why I asked. Yeah, a lot of younger men are like, let me focus on my career first, which is good. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And then eventually the women will come. But
yeah, exactly.
Cool. Now let me go back to the religion part again, because I'm very intrigued about religions and all that. I'm not religious, but I love other people's religions. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because I can see that you pray 5 times a day. I don't know if you know I'm a teacher, so sometimes we have a lot of Muslim students that come in. And then I can be teaching in the middle of the class, and they can be like, Ruben, I have to go pray.
Yeah.
Bro, go right ahead. So I let them go in my office. They lay the little, I don't know if it's called a carpet or what is it called?
Prayer rug.
The prayer rug. And then
Sajada,
that's the one.
Name, yeah.
So once they're done, I always come back like, hey, how'd it go? You know what I'm saying? Like if they did something, I have to go for a 10-mile run. Hey, how'd the run go? Hey, how'd the prayer go? And they're like, it was good. I'm like, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like, wow. I wish I had that discipline to say, you know what? I need to pray. That makes sense. I pray, on my aspect, when things go wrong, I was like, God, please help me. That makes sense. But these guys, the Muslims just pray because they have to keep that spirit, that connection 24/7, right?
Yeah.
Now, once again, not to hound the religion, how does fasting compare or work with your training?
So I try to, obviously the training is completely different when you're fasting because like every time Ramadan comes around.
Just passed.
Yeah. It was 2 days after my fight, actually. So I fought, and then either the next day or the day after, we began fasting. So it was very nice to go into Ramadan off of a win.
Really?
Yeah.
That is crazy. Do you lose weight when you're training and you're fasting?
Some people gain weight because you have like a.
What do you overeat when you're done?
Yeah, you have like a specific window that you could. Of time that you could eat through. Yeah. So from before sunrise till about sunset, we're fasting, and then after sunset and then before sunrise, that's when we can eat. And a lot of people will eat way too much in that window of time, and it's like, okay, you're fasting 15 plus hours, but
lift it up a little bit.
All
right, cool, right there.
Yeah, they're fasting 15 plus hours, but they're still gaining weight because they're just eating that much. Yeah.
Wow. So that hasn't affected you as far as I don't feel weak. I feel weak. I don't.
I mean, the first couple of days are a little bit harder just because your body wasn't used to it. But after the 3rd, 4th day, your body understands that, okay, this is how it's like.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Once again, guys, I know this is an MMA podcast, but the fact is he's bringing something into the fighting industry or fighting world, which is religion, where he has to stop, he has to fast. And once again, I have a connection with him because I was in Iraq and I knew all that culture. So now that I have somebody here in front of me, I want to make sure that that I understand. That makes sense. I respect everybody. And, if for some reason you're like, Ruben, can I stop and pray? I'll be like, hell yeah, go ahead and stop, bro. Let me step outside real quick. But once again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
4-0, man. 4-0. Now, with all due respect to you, I don't like your fights, bro.
Yeah.
Once again, don't get excited here. This guy knocks him out first, second round, man.
Yeah.
The Toby Hernandez. Yeah. My favorite fight on yours. Yeah. Was that second round you knocked him out?
Second round.
Yeah. Second round. I like to get my money's worth, bro.
Yeah. You want to see longer fights?
I want to see everything, bro. I want to see the 3rd, the 4th, 5th, whatever rounds, man. Yeah.
But see, I would have showed you my second fight, but I don't think it's online, so I didn't want the possible opponents to be.
There's about 3 fights of yours or 2 fights of yours online.
2, yeah. 2. So my fight with Toby, because I'm not the one that posted it. Somebody, I think his name is Harvey. Okay. He's the Epic Fighting manager or matchmaker or whatnot.
Yes.
He was there at the event, and he has it on his YouTube channel.
Yes.
And my debut fight was only 47 seconds long. So that's on my Instagram just as one full post.
Got you.
But the other fights are a little hidden.
No, absolutely. No, and once again, I didn't mean to freak you out when it says I don't like their fights. Yeah. Well, once again, because they're fast. I like to get my money's worth, but I really, really enjoyed the Toby fight.
Yeah.
Because that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. And I don't know which one you hit. You hit a 10 and you just smacked him and he went down.
Yeah.
And then you
overhand.
Yep. What would you call that, a 10? Or
I didn't call it. I just call it
just overhand.
Overhand, yeah.
Overhand, and you can hear it in the video.
Yeah, it was loud.
and you can just see the sweat. And I'm going to be posting the video here in a second. And if you don't mind, can we watch the video later as we're doing the podcast? And I want you to, I always tell everybody, I want you to be the commentator to your own fight.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then what other fights have you had? Because like I said, the Toby one, that was my favorite fight.
Yeah, so Toby Hernandez, he was my third opponent. We were both 2-0 going into that fight. He was coming from Ohio.
Okay.
That fight was a second round TKO.
Okay.
My most recent fight against Eric Leandro, that was a
Henderson.
That was a Dan Henderson.
Yes.
That was a second round submission.
Yes.
Had some adversity in the first round.
This guy doesn't finish this whole damn rounds, man. I'm just
my second fight was against someone who I'm good friends with now. His name is Muhammad Omar.
Okay.
He trains at King's MMA. Me and him went the distance. It was a barn burner of a fight. We got fight of the night.
Okay.
And my first fight was a 49-second finish.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you know how, and I say that because, you know, Mike Tyson, right? He had that one famous fight, 30 seconds or 28 seconds. Everybody got dressed up. They paid $20,000 for tickets and boom. Really, bro? It's like you have that empty feeling in your heart. It's like, I need more, bro. I need more.
I don't get paid by the time.
Yeah.
Or in general, I don't get paid at all. I'm not trying to be in there for too long.
There you go. That's a good analogy. I don't get paid for the time. You get paid to do the work.
Yeah, I don't get paid anywhere.
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
I know
at the
that.
moment, yeah.
Yeah, because you're amateur, but the thing is, you want to get it over as fast as possible because in your mind, as soon as you're done with that fight, all right, who's next?
Yeah,
who's next?
You want to get out of there, out of the cage, injury free.
Yeah,
you don't want to be in there too long.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of who's next, and if you don't want to disclose this, that's fine. It might be top secret, but are you first before I ask you the top secret? Do you have a fight coming up?
November 9th.
November 9th, 2024. So it's right here, guys. Check it out.
In Temecula at Hendo's Fight Night.
Cool. Oh, really?
Yeah.
How is it going to feel going back to Hendo knowing you're not part of Hendo anymore?
Those guys are still my family.
Are they good?
They're going to be
good. Team Quest?
Yeah.
Team Quest. I know Sarah Valencia over there.
Yeah, she fought Kim, yeah.
Yeah, she fought Kim, and then she had another fight recently, too.
In Spar Star.
Yeah, Spar Star.
She won.
Commerce Casino. Did she win?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, good for her. So she's 3-0 now.
No, she might be, I think, 2-1 now, because she did lose to Kim.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So 2-1. That's good. See, and that's one of the biggest things I notice about all these fighters. You guys don't hold grudges.
No.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong. You remember WWE and WWF and other wrestling.
I watched it a little bit as a kid. Yeah.
As a kid, right? I think now that I know, I think that beef is all staged.
Yeah.
You see him, screw Omar, I'm going to kick his ass in the ring and blah, blah, blah. And then you see him after, hey, what's up, Omar? It's like, I thought these guys were beefing.
Yeah.
But it's more of just a show to get the crowd pumped,
entertainment.
Right? Absolutely. Now, as far as in your aspect, have you had any fighters to where like, dude, I can't wait to get in the ring. I'm going to kick his ass because he is talking crap? Or I know it's not public. We're not in the limelight like at the shows, but in your mind, you're thinking, I need to kick his ass.
I mean, you have to kick their ass even if you like them.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a fighter that I hated going into the fight.
Okay.
Just because it's not like we're dissing each other right before the fight or anything like that.
Yeah.
The only time that I talked, I didn't talk shit.
Yeah.
But the only time that we were, that's good. The only time that I had talks with people before a fight was before I started training at Valiant. I was trying to get a fight with Leon.
Leon Shalom, sorry. And that guy was supposed to be on the last podcast, if you guys saw in the actual post. But you were supposed to fight Leon.
Yeah, I was trying to get the fight with Leon.
Yeah,
but
because you were still with Henderson.
Yeah, I was still at Henderson.
Yeah.
He had just beat Eric Leandro as well for the belt. And I wanted to get a chance at the title shot. So
Absolutely.
I called him to a fight.
And
then we kind of had a little mini comment section war. Yeah.
Biggie and Tupac.
But that's my boy now though.
He's cool, man. I love everybody at Valiant because nobody's cocky there, and that's what I was trying to say. I talked to David. Hey, what's up, Ruben? Hey, what's up, David? I talked to Nasty. Hey, what's up, man? And I'm like,
super cool guys.
Super cool guys. Yeah. Does that make sense? I unfortunately haven't seen you there because
I'm there only in the mornings.
In the mornings, yeah. I get there in the evenings.
Yeah,
I get there around 6, 7 for the boxing class and go to the gym. But hopefully, we get to cross paths at the gym one day.
Hopefully,
and then we'll fight. No, I'm just playing. Now, speaking of title. Let's see. Let me pull this out. If you don't mind grabbing this right here. Look at this beautiful belt right here. Let's go ahead and lift it up. Show it to him. How did you get this fight? Obviously, it says Hendo. Now we know it's Dan Henderson's gym, but how did you earn this one?
So after Leon vacated the belt after he beat Eric, because he wanted to go pro.
Okay.
The title was vacant, and they booked me and Eric for the fight.
So you fought the same guy that he fought. That's how it.
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. So we both fought the same person.
So if he would have won, he would have took the belt.
Yeah. If he would have won, he would have took it.
So they don't take the belt away from Leon, or you just.
Nah, he still has his belt.
Yeah, I know it's still at the gym, but you would think, hey, it's like Miss America when she does Playboy, they take her crown away. It's like, sorry, you're not Miss America.
I think they wanted to do that, but
yeah, wow, maybe because it's amateur. Maybe if it was a pro, they'd be like, no, we need that belt back.
No, I think as pros they would keep, or they would let you keep the belt.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think so.
This is beautiful, brother.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice
What's
belt.
funny is when he walked in with this belt. My wife looked at his belt. She goes, "Do you walk around the house with these?" Because she said she would. I'd be cooking with it and shit, putting my belt on. Now that we know that one, what about this one? If you don't mind, let's grab this one. This one's lighter.
This one's a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like it's
let's
a
put
nicer
it to the camera.
belt.
Look at this.
Right here.
Look at that, guys. Look at that.
United States Fight League.
That is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
What is this one for? Oh, it says youth.
Yeah. So I won that before I turned 18. I was 17 years old. USFL basically is a United States Fight League. It's pretty much pancration. So it's MMA for under 18-year-olds.
Really?
So yeah, the only thing is there's no headshots, just body shots.
So you had to wear the headgear?
Headgear, yeah.
Okay.
And grappling, submissions, all this.
Was that earned at Hendo's too?
That was, yeah, because the tournament moves around from place to place.
Okay.
Kids from all over the country travel to it, and the year I won it was being hosted at my gym, which is very crazy, very random.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this right here, I won.
Wow.
At 185, and I won.
You were 17 years, 185 pounds.
I wasn't 185 pounds. I went up a weight class.
Oh, you went. Damn.
I had to weigh in with my sandals, with my phone in my pocket, just to make the weight limit.
Water bottle, right?
Yeah, I was chugging water right before wins just because I had to be 171 at least.
Yes.
Because it was short notice. I knew about this tournament like a week in advance. I was getting ready for a jiu-jitsu tournament, and my jiu-jitsu coach Joe Daddy Stevenson, he came up to me.
I've seen that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Does he hang out Hendo's all the time?
Yeah, he coaches at Hendo's. Okay. He has his own gym in Victorville.
Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai Jiu-Jitsu, yeah. And he came up to me, asked me if I wanted to take part in the tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that he came up to me and asked me because now I have a
belt. You have the belt.
And I have a national championship title.
17 years old. He already has a belt. And then you got this at 22, right?
No,
20.
At 19.
19 years old.
Yeah, because my fight was in March. And I didn't turn 20 until last July.
Wow.
So I won this at 19.
That goes to show you guys. It's just, the determination, the heart, the fight, the everything. You put your mind into it. I mean, you can achieve things. Hopefully, you do go pro because I want to look back years from now and be like, oh, shit, that's Omar. Same thing. Yeah. That's David. That's whatever. That makes sense?
Yeah.
What's your plan so far? You're 20 years old. Most 20-year-olds don't have that mentality. They want to drive around in fast cars, Lamborghinis, become Bitcoin millionaires, which obviously social media influences people like that. But you're living more of a realistic life because you're in there. And obviously your belts are proof that it works.
We're on the right track.
You're on the right track. What is your plans? If I were to say, I want to see you in 5 years, and if I met you if I met with you in 5 years from now, what can you tell me has happened since then? I
think, obviously, like when I talk about the future, this is as like Muslims, we like to say, inshallah, like God willing. If everything goes according to plan,
absolutely,
we're injury free, we're healthy, we're alive. In 5 years, I think I will be in the UFC. Hopefully,
really,
I think so.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I want to go pro before I turn 21. So
you think so?
Yeah, I'm gonna have my 5th fight in November, assuming I get there healthy. I'm gonna win that fight, and then I'm gonna fight 1 or 2 more times max. And then we're gonna go pro right from there.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're gonna lose your record.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I still can't fathom that. I'm gonna lose my record 4-0. Now, would you be? I'm just gonna use the word butthurt. Would you be butthurt if you lost your first pro fight?
Yes.
You would. I would. I'm one that holds grudges. That's the reason why I don't want to get into fighting, because even if I were to lose my first fight boxing, then I'd stop. Yeah. That makes sense. But that's just me. I don't know. I'm already at the age where I'm like, okay, I'm just doing this for fun. But I might get that itch and say, Jeff might come to me and goes, hey, bro, you want to do a boxing match?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh.
Not yet.
But as long as I do one, I mean, I'm just playing. If I lost, I could just say, you know what, I was in it. You understand? Same thing with you. Not that I'm trying to give you bad vibes, but if you were to lose your first fight, you always have the past as reference. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I'd definitely be butthurt, but you can't let a loss go in vain. You have to learn from it and improve.
But then you're also pro, bro. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's like me, my first fight, fighting Canelo Alvarez. That makes sense. Oh, you lost to Canelo. Yeah, motherfucker. I fought Canelo, man. Who did you fight?
But having it be your first pro fight and having it be a loss. I mean, it's definitely there's bigger stakes than as an amateur, because your record doesn't just reset as a pro. No, absolutely. But we've seen plenty of great fighters and champions come into the UFC and go 0-2 in their first two fights before they go on and become champions, like RDA, Rafael dos Anjos. I think he lost his first 3 fights in the UFC, or his first 3 pro fights in general.
Yeah, he turned the AC on.
Nice. And he still went on to become lightweight champion and have a very successful career. So I think that's like the one difference between boxing and MMA. Yes. Is like you can bounce back in MMA way better from losses compared to boxing.
Who's your favorite UFC fighter?
Favorite active UFC fighter? I'm sure you could probably guess it already.
Okay, no.
Huh?
No.
Islam Makhachev.
Really?
That's what I look up to the most.
Hell yeah. What about retired, I guess? You said active.
Khabib, yeah.
Khabib. What is he, 30-0?
He's 29-0.
29-0. Why didn't he do that 30, bro? Maybe you can be the 30. Take him out of retirement.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy, Khabib. I saw your fight. You had the headgear.
Papacha, yeah.
What do you call it?
Papacha.
Papacha.
Yeah.
Is that for the Muslim, or because I know he's Russian?
That is their cultural headdress. Kind of, I think,
because you've worn one.
Yeah, I've worn it. Yeah. I got it as a gift from my friend.
Okay.
And he told me to walk out with it.
Yeah.
So kind of like pay respect to like who got me into this sport.
Yes.
Like looking up to Khabib all the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like as a respecting to them.
Got you.
But it's like a cultural thing for them.
Really?
Yeah.
That is sick.
Dagestan. Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah, I saw that, and I'm thinking, no, you're not Russian.
Nah.
It's, you know what I'm saying? It's you're from Iraq. But then again, he's also Muslim. You're Muslim.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. If you were to ask Khabib, give me one piece of advice, what question would you ask him?
What would I ask him?
Yeah, what would you ask him? What would you just say if he says, ask me one question only? What would you ask him?
That's tough, because I just want to yap and ask him about everything, because I always ask a lot of questions. That's I think one thing that all my coaches can say is I always ask a lot of questions. Some stupid, some good. Yeah. But one question.
What question? Since you're thinking of that question, guys, let's go ahead and Pellegrino, sponsor the show. Like we always have in the show, we always have Pellegrino. This is my favorite drink. So if you don't mind, you don't have to drink it if you don't want to, but we're going to pop this open. And we're going to cheers to Omar Riyadh 4-0. Salud. Cheers. What's the question, bro? What's the question?
Shit, let's see. Honestly, I would say maybe what do you do to separate yourself from everybody else? Because everybody's going to be training at least once, twice a day. Yeah. Everybody's doing the exact same thing. Yes. Pretty much drilling the exact same techniques. How do you get yourself ahead of those people? How do you make that gap between you and other people?
One thing that Jeff Peterson said one time is a lot of people, they're like, I'm good. I don't have to train today. I'll train next week. But you always have to think about your opponent.
They're training. When you're not training, they're training. When you're training, you gotta,
when you're sleeping,
you
they're
try
out
to outdo them.
Yeah. So is there ever a competition between yourself to say, you know what? My opponent right now is sleeping. My opponent right now is sitting at home watching TV.
I like that you asked that, because that is something that I think about in my head a lot.
Yeah.
Given my age, I have less responsibilities than a lot of people that I fight. A lot of them have families that they look after. They have full-time jobs.
Yes.
I'm blessed to be able to live with my parents. Mm-hmm. I don't have a job. I have school, but I'm able to train in fight camp twice a day.
Yes.
Most days of the week, and I use that to my advantage to be able to outtrain whoever I fight, because I have less going on in my life than they do. Yeah. So that's something that I kind of
that's a lot of pressure off of you, and that's why you're able to focus that 110%. Now, let's change, and that's the reason why I asked you earlier if you were married or if you had somebody. Do you think if you were in a relationship married, would you still have that same time to train and all that?
It depends.
It depends, huh?
I think your financial situation.
Yes.
Like if you have a family that you have to look after, are you financially set?
Yes.
And you're able to put more emphasis into training, or do you have to work a full-time job to be able to support that family?
Yeah.
And how much time does that leave you to train?
Yeah. Because I've known a lot of fighters that have a family, have children, multiple children, but they're still there. Even if it's 30 minutes of their time, they're in there. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I think that's a motivation for them to say, okay, I got to work twice as hard because
lights a fire under them.
Absolutely. I got family. I have kids. I have mortgage. I have bills. I have everything. So in your case, you're blessed to have that personal time. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. To say, you know what? If my opponent is sleeping, I want to be training. If he's on the phone, I want to be training.
If they're in the middle of their shift, I'm training.
You're
Once
training.
They get off their shift, I'm also still training.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. Oh man, look at that. That went deep, bro. That's really Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Cool, brother. Damn. Yeah. That's good, man. I'm excited. I'm also excited to bring the show back. I know it's been a couple months. The last one we had was Nasty Nate. You like it?
Yeah,
it's cool.
It tastes like every other.
It's just bubbly water. Yeah. That makes sense. You know why
my mom loves this stuff. Yeah.
You know why I started drinking this?
What?
Because of Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah. He goes, water is free. I don't like paying. I don't like free water. I like paying for my water. That makes sense. I'm not a brokey. I'm like, shit. Guess what? I'm gonna start paying for my water.
No brokies here.
No brokies here. Now I noticed you pulled up in a nice looking car, brother. Woo! Goddamn, man. What is that? 600 horsepower?
No, it's a V6.
It's a V6?
It's a V6, yeah.
So it's not a Hellcat or SRT, just the normal?
No, just the SXT, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You like cars?
I love cars, yeah.
You love cars.
Love cars, bikes, all that sort of thing.
Bikes as in motorcycles?
Motorcycles,
What's your favorite bike?
I'd say it's between H2, I think H2.
H2.
Yeah, H2.
What's the brand?
I think, they put me on the spot. I think it's Yamasaki, I'm not sure.
Kawasaki? Hayabusa?
No, that's a different brand.
Okay.
Yeah. And my other favorite bike is a Ducati.
Those are sick.
But those are like the top end. Like
that's it, bro.
I'm still new to I'm still trying to get into learning about bikes.
Yeah. Would you consider that the Lamborghini of motorcycles, Ducatis?
Yeah. They're like
$20,000 bucks, man.
They're expensive, and power wise, it's like the best that comes.
I used to be a Kawasaki guy. I used to have a Ninja.
Yeah. That's the bike that I'm hopefully looking at as like a starter bike, like a Ninja 400.
Yeah.
It's like
mine was the Ninja ZX6. It was a 600. Yeah. I think for me that was the perfect bike, but I always wanted a Yamaha R1.
R1, yeah, that's
or a Gixxer, bro.
Gixxer, yeah.
Oh my god.
I think Coach said he had a Gixxer.
Did he?
It's either he said he had a Gixxer or he rode a Gixxer.
Okay.
Yeah. He rides as well. Or used to ride,
Yeah. Well, I used to ride until I crashed. Because there's two types of riders, guys. I don't know if you knew that. Those that ride and those that are going to crash. So I was both riders. I crashed. Yeah. That makes sense. But hell yeah. Now, you don't train at Dan Henderson anymore.
No, it's too far of a drive.
And it's not, and I'm not saying he had any beef or anything, but what's the reason why you moved?
Oh, actually, I had nothing to do with it wasn't because of the gym or because I was seeking new training partners or whatnot. Mainly the house that we were renting, the people just gave us 2 months notice to move out because they wanted to take the house back. Yes. And we ended up choosing to move back to Poway.
So this was in Temecula. That's why you went to down to Henderson.
Yeah. So our house in Temecula, we had to move out, and we ended up moving back to Poway. And the closest MMA gym to Poway would be Valiant, and a couple others. So I chose
Steel's
Valiant.
too.
Steel's close, but they're mainly big on Muay Thai.
Oh, are they?
We go to Steel. Yeah, I was there on Friday.
You do a lot of cross training there.
On Fridays, whenever the team is there. I don't go on my own, but I have some old coaches that I grew up with that also train there. Gotcha. Jordan Barker, he's on Karate Combat.
Got it.
He fights for them.
Got it. So which gym do you train now? Let's give them a shout out real quick.
Hashtag Valiant Training Center.
Hashtag, he even threw the hashtag in there. Hashtag
Yes,
Valiant Training Center. The head coach there is Jeff, the administrator, Peterson.
Yep.
I had him here a couple months ago, so he's the coach now.
Yeah.
Is he your main coach or use?
Yeah, he's my main coach.
Got you.
My old main coach was also named Jeff, so
really,
I have a thing for.
Okay, got you.
MMA Jeff.
It's a sign, right? It's a sign. Hell yeah. So now you're training for your fight in November, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about that. A little bit about how your day goes. Because you said you train in the daytime. I always go in the evening for the same reason. I work, I teach, and then I have to come home. I have to be with my wife, and then go to the gym.
So I train in the mornings just because that's usually most of their pro practices or team practices are in the morning. They have night team practices on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hopefully gonna hit up the Tuesday ones more often because that's when they spar. But mainly because I am a little bit newer to driving. Okay. And my parents would rather me not drive on the 67 at nighttime. Just until I get familiar with the road. I'm gonna start going at nights a little bit more often. But yeah. In the mornings, I take my brothers and my sisters to and from school. And usually right after I do that, I head to the gym.
Are you the oldest in your family?
I'm the oldest, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, cool. I have one brother and one sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Now, as far as what am I trying to say here? Is it a very, what am I trying to say here? A dramatic change going from Dan Henderson to Valiant, or is it just you just looking at it? I don't care if I train in a closet as long as I train. Does that make sense?
Like at the base level of it, I just need to train. Period. Doesn't matter where it is. I have to get my training in.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit of a big change just because like I was with those guys for 3 years.
Yeah.
I grew up there pretty much.
You
I went
did.
from 17 to 20. Had all my fights there, all my coaches, all my friends. So it was a little bit tougher making the move initially, but everybody at Valiant was super welcoming. Yeah. And it didn't take long for me to feel at home there.
No. That's one thing I like about that. When I started going there, I'm like, going to it's like starting a new job. Yeah, that makes sense. You go in there, you start learning the people, and as long as everybody's welcoming, you see what I'm saying? It's like you never left. Yeah, does that make sense? And that's why my wife and I love that gym because every time we go, Kim can be in the middle of a session. She'll be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" You know what I'm saying? Jeff was like, "What's up, dog?" Because Jeff was in the Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps, so him and I, we just get along so good. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, man. Cool. Well, if you don't mind, man, thank you so much for the conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and your experiences. But what I want to do, man, is I want to see some fights, bro.
Let's watch.
You want to see some fights?
Yeah, let's do it.
If you don't mind, can I watch my favorite fight of you, which is the Toby Hernandez?
Yeah, let's watch.
Cool. Let's go. So let me do this, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the video, and then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna go ahead and set up the fight. And what I want Omar to do is I want him to be the commentator on his own fight, which is kind of weird. It's like, oh shit, that's me fighting.
So what type of commentator am I going to be? Am I going to be the Joe Rogan? Oh, he's hurt. Or am I going to...
I want you to be the technical one.
Technical, okay.
Because I've talked to all these fighters all the time, and I just see punching. You know, sometimes, I just learn...
That's a lot of fighters, all they see is punching. Too.
Yeah, I know, right? I just learned rear naked chokehold. So... Yeah. If I see that, I know what that is. But there's other technical stuff that you can do. Like Kim showed me ground and pound. I'm like, what the hell's a ground and pound? Yeah. What's his name? Nate, Nasty Nate showed me, I'm doing a rear naked chokehold. I was like, what the hell is that? Yeah. So if you can be technical, like if you're teaching me.
Yeah, I'll put on my nerd glasses.
There you go. Put on your nerd glasses, and then we can go from there. And then after that, we'll watch another fight. Does that sound good?
Sweet, yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds
cool.
Good.
All right, guys. So what I want to do really quick, okay? I got the commentator, right? We're going to watch his first fight. Now, this fight is with Toby Hernandez, one of my favorite fights. This was in August 19, 2023. Now, before we hit the play, can you set this up for me, man? As far as, what you were going through, how you got familiarized with Toby. Did you know him beforehand, or that was the first time you met him? I mean, if you can set up the storyline, and then as we play it, then you can go ahead and tell me about it.
Yeah, so this fight was August 2023. Yeah. I was 2-0 going to this fight. Toby was also 2-0.
You were 18 here, right?
I was 18.
18 years old.
I had just graduated high school June, so like 2 months right before this.
Did you hear this, guys? He just graduated high school. Wow.
Fight, yeah. So I didn't know Toby before this fight.
Really?
I didn't know anything about him. I saw his other fights, did some studying on him, but just didn't interact with him or anything like that.
Was he a good fighter?
He was a good fighter, yeah. He presented like skills that other people didn't
What
have.
was his record? Do you know his record?
He was 2-0 when I fought
2-0.
him. Yeah, we were both 2-0.
Oh, so okay, got it.
Yeah.
So basically, you're starting together.
Yeah. We were both each other's third fight.
Yeah. 2 enter the cage, 1 wins, one leaves, and
somebody's always had to go. You know.
You know what's funny is there's never ties. Like in soccer, football, there's ties.
Yeah.
But all the other sports, there's no tying.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible that you can have a draw, but it's not very likely. Yeah.
I've never seen a draw.
Yeah, I almost had a draw in my second fight.
So that means that the judges had the same score on both fighters.
Yeah.
Is that right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, so like if you were to have a draw, for example, we have 3 rounds. So it's not like, I can win 2 rounds and he can win 2 rounds because it's an odd number of rounds.
Okay.
But the way it works basically is, say I win the first 2 rounds as a 10-8 or sorry, at 10-9, which is when you win the round, but it wasn't like utter domination.
Okay.
And then in the third round, your opponent just completely like beats the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And it's a one-sided beatdown, but they don't finish you. They get a 10-8. And if every judge sees it as 1-10-8 on one fighter, and then the other fighter had 2 10-9s, then the score would be a 28-28, and that would be a draw. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a draw?
Yeah. There's been like in person, I don't know, but there's been a lot of draws and UFC fights and other MMA fights.
How does a draw feel on you? Would you rather have the draw or the loss? Obviously, you would want the win.
Of course, the win. I would rather a draw than a loss.
So then you would be 4-1-0 because
or
the middle
4-0 and then 1.
Oh, the last one is the draw.
Yeah, the last one is either no contests or draws or one of the two. Yeah.
Got you. Cool, cool. So let's do this, guys. Let's go ahead and watch the fight. Like I mentioned in the past podcast, we're gonna watch it here, but I'm gonna superimpose it down here. That way you don't have to squint and look at there. Special shout out to what is this gentleman? Harvey Cast. So if you guys want to check out the actual video on your phone or at home, it's Harvey Cast on YouTube, and then just type in Omar Riyadh, and it'll pop right up. But once again, I'll give him the credit here, and obviously we're going to be watching it. So, all right, man. So guess what? Omar's all oiled up already. Oh no, this isn't in Lucha Libre, right? All right, bro. I'm gonna hit play. Now this video is 6 minutes and 22 seconds, bro.
A lot of it was just introduction and post-fight.
Yeah. But you know why I say that, right?
Yeah.
Because he knocked him out on the second round, bro.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Cool. All right, let's do it, man. Let's do it before I get frustrated that this fight's going to go slow. Oh, I'm going to turn that down real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Toby.
Yeah. He's a freak of nature, bro.
He's cut.
Built, super strong.
Yeah.
Stocky build.
How tall is he?
Yeah, you know? I believe he's 5'7" or 5'8".
How tall are you?
5'9".
5'9". You're my height.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 5'10".
A little bit skinnier than him.
Okay.
Those are my iconic Eagle shorts.
Yeah.
Shout out Parada Fightwear. My guys at Parada.
Let me do the 720. Get some good quality on here. Cool. Now, I noticed that you have your native flag on some of your shorts. Or
yeah, my most recent shorts, I had them custom made by Parada Fightwear. I put my Iraq flag and the American flag side by side.
Believe it or not, I actually have the Iraq flag flying in my garage.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I actually took it from Saddam's palace.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa, that's sick.
I was in Saddam Hussein's palace, and it was just sitting there, so I just went, whoosh. I said, this is mine now.
It's mine now, yeah.
Yeah. I'll show it to you before you leave. Oh, man. Always when you want something to work, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Let me do 480. It's okay because we're going to superimpose it anyway, so it'll be clear on the video.
Yeah.
So, all right.
But a little bit of context going to this fight.
Okay.
From his fights that I've seen before, he's a kind of like an explosive fighter. Has a good chin.
From the get-go,
he's explosive. He's very strong in everything that he does. Grappling and striking, very explosive. So I had kept that in mind.
Okay.
Going into this fight, so I was cautious on the feet. trying to use a lot of in and out movement, not be there for him to hit me.
Got you. Oh, there's the bell.
And you'll be able to tell from the way I'm fighting. I use a lot of feints. Like everything you see, like right off the get-go.
That's how you did them. You did a feint. I think it was
I changed levels and then came up with the overhand. Yeah.
That was a badass shot.
But like right off the get-go, he goes into Superman punch right into a left kick. Right there, he goes for a little knee stomp. I'm showing my feints.
Yep.
Whenever he comes in, I go out.
Are you breathing hard here for being nervous, or are you just used to it?
No, I mean, I might be breathing out of my mouth, but not because I'm tired or nervous. It's just kind of how I am. Right here, every time he comes in, I post up and get out the way, trying to get the timing for him.
You know what's funny? Since it's loading, my wife and I, the first time we went up there, we got those seats right there.
For my last fight, you guys went up there?
Yeah.
Nice.
I paid $500 for those tickets.
Yeah.
One of the worst experiences ever, bro.
Up there?
Up there. Somebody was trying to steal my glasses. Somebody tried to grab move my wife's purse. I'm like, dude, that's the reason I paid so much to be here.
Yeah.
The next fight, the one I was in March, I just sat in the front row and I had the best experience ever.
Last March?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
the one where Nate lost.
Yeah, that's the card that I fought on, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there. I want my money back.
But yeah, this was also my first fight without shin guards.
Okay, I was about to ask
that.
I
had never fought without shin guards before this fight.
Okay, I'm going to stop it. Now, is it 3 fights or 2 fights that you have to fight with shin guards?
I believe it's 3.
Okay.
But because he was coming out of Ohio, they have different rules than California. Okay. He never fought with shin guards
from the beginning.
In MMA, yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
And leading up to this fight, I was told I wasn't going to fight without shin guards. So in my head, I was preparing for that. And right before I walked out, they're like, okay, so you want shin guards or no? I'm like, I was already preparing.
Damn mind, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, all right, I'm already here.
Oh, my God.
Let me just get it out the way. Not
that
fight with shin
happened
guards.
to David Morales at Sparstar.
Yeah.
So he was supposed to go in there, and he went out with no shin guards. He was supposed to do 2-minute rounds, and then they switched it to 3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
So his mind, I mean, he won it, so which is good. But I know how that mentally could just like, well, what
just
the
like
fuck,
tournaments, like stuff gets changed, moved around.
Yeah. Oh, you can't wear those shorts, but I gotta wear those shorts. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Sorry, I get excited.
But yeah, this was my first time fighting without shin guards. So it was very good to get that that little fear in my head that I've never been kicked without shin guards before, thrown kicks without shin guards, and I threw a lot of kicks in this fight.
Does it really help, the shin guards?
I mean, they definitely protect your legs a little bit better.
Got it.
Right here, I shot it for a takedown.
Yep.
Usually I have a signature double leg. I pick him up and then I slam him. But right here, he defends the initial double leg.
I like that little hook.
Go up to the body lock, land that knee, and then inside trip his leg out.
Is that something you practice already, or you just saw the opportunity?
No, I mean, the opportunity was there, and that's why I went for it. But that is something that I've done in training before plenty of times. Right here, I'm stuck in a guillotine. But
guillotine, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm going to stop real quick. I'm going to stop this real quick. So that's a guillotine right there.
That's a guillotine right there, yeah.
Okay.
It's not the most technical guillotine. Right here, like, he was able to keep my head locked in.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of, like, being able to finish the actual submission, he didn't have the correct leverage and technique to finish it. Right here, you could see all that space under my chin and how my head is up. And I'm kind of leaning towards my left. What he wants to do is get my forehead planted to the floor. So I was able
He's trying to do this.
Yeah, he wants to with his arm where he has my head right here. He wants to get my forehead to be touching the ground. Right here, I have a lot of space under my neck. My head is up, so he can hold on to the guillotine for as long as he wants. He's not going to finish it. He's only burning his arms out.
Is that the reason why the what is it? That's not a judge. This guy right here in the black.
The referee.
The referee. Thank you. Is that why he didn't stop the fight?
Yeah. What do you mean? Like, why would?
Well, for oh shit, it's done. It's done. Stop the fight.
No. Unless I tap, he's not going to stop the fight.
Really?
Yeah. So like, if
or
I'm
unless
in a
he
submission,
sees you're getting plummeted.
Yeah. So as amateurs, if you're in a choke.
Once again, guys, I'm learning here, so please don't think I'm ignorant.
So in amateur, if you're in a choke submission where it's a guillotine or a rear naked choke, the point of like the way I'm trying to submit you is by cutting off your blood or air to your head. The referee will not stop it even if you're not defending it. So like he'll let you go to sleep because there isn't very like crazy like repercussions from getting put choked unconscious. But if you're in a limb submission, like for example, like an arm bar or Kimura, those submissions, if the referee sees that you're not defending it properly, they will stop the fight before you tap.
Look at that. I'm getting
so like if you get your arm,
I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah. So if you get caught in an arm bar as an amateur and your arm's fully extended and you're not doing the right thing in terms of defending it and getting out of that position, the referee will make the choice and will stop the fight for you. But they wouldn't do the same for chokes.
Got it.
So here he can see that I'm defending it and I'm doing just fine.
I'm putting the mouse right here.
Right here. There's a lot of space between my neck and his hand.
So that's a good thing for you.
So he did a good job of like kind of stalling out the position, like not letting me posture up and be able to rain ground and pound like how Kim was talking to you about. But in terms of like finishing the choke, there wasn't any like finishing mechanics there for him to like be able to tap me out, but
and that's why you were able to escape it then.
Yeah, eventually I escaped it, but he did a good job of minimizing damage on top. So now he got taken down, but he wasn't. He kept my posture down with the guillotine, although he didn't finish it. He was able to minimize how much damage he took from being in that bad position.
So you said burning his arm, or how did you say?
Burning his arms out, gassing his arms
just
out.
Just using.
And
his strength.
I was happy with that because he's the guy that's gonna need his like strength and explosiveness. And you're thinking about that right there. Yeah, so it wasn't the biggest deal for me getting like held in that guillotine for a long time because one, I'm not getting choked, I'm doing just fine, and two, he's the one using a lot of squeeze trying to keep a hold of it.
So he's fatiguing himself.
It's only going to favor me later in the fight.
You see how it's not just about throwing punches, and I think I brought this up with David. To me, fighting MMA boxing is like playing chess.
It's a chess match.
It's a chess match.
Yeah.
Because you're using more of this than this.
Yeah.
But training, you're using more of this than this because you're trying to memorize. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm using Kim as a reference. All right, I'm going to hit play again. Sorry for stopping, but I get excited here, bro. Because I actually have the person right here.
Yeah.
There he is. Boom. Oh, motherfucker. Goddamn.
So right here, he has a good grip on my head.
Yeah.
In terms of like me not being able to like get out of it and posture up and pass guard and throw ground pound. That's the 10-second mark. So he was able to stop me from getting my punches going.
Yep.
That one might have been back of the head. Sorry, Toby. But he was able to minimize how much damage he was going to take. Wow. Right here, started the second round. Touch of the gloves, always.
And if you don't, you're a dick, right?
I mean, in the beginning of the fight, you want to touch, but sometimes the emotions are going.
Yeah.
Right here, whenever he goes in and out, he comes in, I block. I think he broke his hand throwing an overhand on me.
Fuck.
That I kind of moved out the way and blocked with my elbow. And right there, I changed levels and
all right, I'm going to play overhand. That again.
Right here.
All right.
I come in, he lands that jab.
So you think that's where he broke his hand?
No, I think it was earlier in the first round. He came in with a big looping punch as I backed away.
Yeah.
I had my guard up tight, and he hit me in the elbow.
Did you get hurt? No,
because the elbow, dude, people will kick you, and if they hit the elbow, their foot's going to hurt, and my elbow, I'm not going to feel it.
Because it's so freaking sharp.
Yeah. So that's the thing, like in Muay Thai and boxing, a lot of the defense is you, like, reflecting punches, or deflecting punches with your block, with your kind of guard. And if they kick you the wrong way, whether it's like with a front kick, a teep, roundhouse kick, if they hit you in the elbow, it's going to mess them up more than it's just like checking a leg kick. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but the way to defend your leg kick, if somebody's going to kick you in the leg, you kind of block it with the hard part of your shin. Basically, me moving out the way, I told you I knew he was going to be super explosive, so my in and out movement, as I kept my guard up, instead of his punch hitting my face, I moved out the way, kept my block up, and he smacked the hard part of my elbow, probably with his thumb.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing as like checking a leg kick.
Yes.
When somebody goes to kick you, generally they're kicking with the lower part of their shin and ankle area. And when you go to check a kick, you're checking with the top part of your shin, which is more dense than that. So they're kicking you with the weaker part of their leg, and you're checking with the harder part of your leg. It's going to hurt you a little bit, but it's going to hurt them way more. They're going to not want to kick you again if you check it correctly. Yeah. So it's kind of the same concept.
So let's watch the shot again. It was just so quick, guys, that I had to stop it and I had to commentate real quick. So let me go back to it. It's going to happen like any second now.
Yeah, right here.
I'm going to try my best to...
He throws a jab. I move out the way. And then right here.
Boom, fake.
Pump fake, change level, overhand.
Pump fake, and then
change level.
Puts a guard up, and then you just right open. I'm going to see if I can catch that one more time.
Yeah.
It is. Once again, guys, I'm going to be playing this on the video, so give me 1 second. All right, so he got you right in the chest right there, nice shot?
I think so, yeah. I think it might have, like, grazed my face. I was moving back as it landed, so I didn't eat the full contact of it.
There you go. See how you move back?
Yeah.
So he didn't get full contact. He basically just grazed you.
Yeah, he might have hit me on my way out.
Got it.
A little bit, yeah.
All right.
And right here.
It's going to get annoying, but I'm going to keep pausing and pausing and pausing.
Yeah. Right here,
that's your fake. Cool.
And then right before I go again, I change levels ever so slightly. It looks like I'm about to go for a takedown. I dip my head out the way, and I throw that over him.
So you're right here. You're going to end up probably about right there?
Yeah, I'm going to go back up, and then I'm going to go down as I'm throwing the punch.
All right, here we go.
Boom. Play, and then right here.
Boom.
That little level change right there.
That was so fucking quick, bro.
It was, yeah. I've never hit somebody like that in my life
Really?
before. No. I'm not someone that, like,
I thought that'd be like your signature move or something.
No, my signature move is just like a double, like Matt Hughes style. Just pick them up and run with them and then slam them. That's what I've hit like all my fights.
I have to watch this one more time, guys. I know it's going to get annoying, but I have to watch it one more time.
Do you want to put it in slow motion?
How do you do that here?
So you go to settings right here.
Settings?
You go to playback speed.
Oh.
You could choose like 0.75. That makes it faster.
Oh,
and then 0.5 and 0.75 make it slower.
Okay, let's start off with this one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here we go. Yeah, that's too
back out.
That's too fast still. So I am going to do 0.75, 0.75. Oh, that's 0.5, sorry.
Yeah.
So half the speed. Here we go. It's going to sound kind of weird.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And then pump fake.
Boom.
And then right here, change level. Boom. See the sweat fly off.
Yep.
And then right there, I pounce on him. I'm ground and pounding. And then as an amateur, I had some people like complaining about this, saying that it was an early stoppage. But as an amateur, you have to remember that.
Who said that?
The opponent
goofies
online.
Yeah.
No, not the opponent. The opponent was super respectful. There's
okay.
some goofies in the crowd yelling bullshit or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, we're amateurs. The referees are going to try to protect you more. This isn't a professional fight.
No,
so
absolutely.
they're not going to let the fight go on longer.
Yeah.
So they saw a big knockdown and then followed by like 4 or 5 shots.
Do you see
the referee didn't pull me off, I would have stayed on top.
You just kept going and going.
Get up. Yeah.
So is that a TKO?
TKO, yeah.
TKO? Man. And then after that, I'm going to go back to regular speed.
And then right here.
There you go. Look at that. You do that a lot.
Yeah.
After your fight.
Thanking God.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I see this girl all the time.
Yeah.
She usually has pink hair, red hair.
Yeah, I think she's Jared Vandera's wife.
Okay.
He used to be a heavyweight in the UFC.
Got it.
I also trains at Team Quest. That's kind of me just like, oh my God, did that just actually like happen?
Yep. Did you know what you did?
Right here?
Yeah, it's just like, okay, what the hell just happened?
Oh, like are you talking about the fight or
the fight?
No, yeah, I was like, I remember after the fight, I was like trying to make sure like my fist was okay because I've never hit somebody that hard in my life.
Fuck.
Like I'm not somebody that spars hard
in
terms of like how hard I'm throwing and how hard I'm kicking and punching. Like I'll train at a high intensity in terms of like wrestling. I'll put up a high pace, like get tired. I'm going to push myself to my limit. But I'm not someone that goes to the gym to have like spar wars, you know?
Yeah.
So I've never hit somebody that hard in my life.
Yeah. Do you know Johnny? Johnny Ramirez over there? I think it's Johnny Ramirez.
No, I'm not sure.
He broke my shoulder. We're sparring. I came in with the 3, and he tried to block it, and it just pushed it back, and it snapped.
Yeah,
so I was out for Johnny. I'm coming for you. Every time I do a podcast, I always say, Johnny, I'm coming for you,
We're
bro.
Coming for you, Johnny.
Yeah, I was out for 2 months. Yeah, I couldn't lift my arm, and then finally I'm back. So I trained again for a month, and then I re-injured it again.
Yeah.
So last week was the first week I was back.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Have you been doing like a lot of rehab, like band exercises, rotator cuff
as a matter of
stuff?
fact, Kim actually, she did my physical training with me.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
She hurt the crap out of me, bro. I was out there screaming.
I got to hit her up for a session sometime. My body's always destroyed.
You should. Yeah. You should. She did my knee because I tore my MCL and then my shoulder, and she went in there, you know.
Yeah.
Let's just say, here's my shoulder. Here's Kim. Ready? all the way in. I felt her in my bone. I'm like, what are you doing?
Everybody says like, oh, you're 20 years old, your body's fine. I'm like, dude, I might be 20 years old, but I have like way more mileage than any other 20-year-old.
You're probably a 35-year-old body.
I probably have like a 30-year-old knee.
Dude, I have a
47-year-old shoulder
body, man. Being in the Marine Corps for so long, and my knees, arthritis, and so I appreciate you going over there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you pick the next fight that you want to commentate on. What do you want to see?
Well, we could watch my debut. It's only like 47 seconds long.
This guy. I want my money's worth. Let's do that one, bro.
Worth, yeah.
Let's do this one, man. Is it still under your name?
It's what's it called? It's an unlisted video. So I think if I gave you the link to it, you should be able to open the video. But if you were to search for it online, you wouldn't find it.
Is that your channel?
No, that's my friend, MMA Kid Network. My friend Nicholas. Me and him actually went to the same middle school together.
Okay.
And he moved, and then eventually, like, I became a fighter, and he became someone that like interviews fighters and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
cool!
It's a
same thing like I'm doing.
Crazy, yeah, exactly. Crazy coincidence. He also trains now.
And is that your channel?
That's
because I'm gonna give it a shout out. I'm gonna be posting it right here, guys. Make
that's
sure
like my one from middle school. Where, like I just did a lot of video games. But,
do you have another one?
Another one, yeah. I think if you search up Ori MMA, OARY MMA.
OA. I'm sorry. What did you say?
So yeah, like from the beginning, OARY.
OARY.
MMA.
MMA.
Yeah. So.
Is that your current? Let me just hit search.
Yeah.
And is Omar your full name?
Omar, yeah. Omar is my full name. Ori is just like an acronym for like my full name.
Got it.
Let's see. There's a pop-up.
I don't think it. I'm just gonna keep scrolling.
Maybe if you go filter and look by channel, there's also no spaces in the name. Maybe.
Okay, let me do that. So you can see, guys, this is actually real stuff here. This isn't edited or scripted.
There it is. Yeah, that's my channel. That's
this
me. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, it's
right
the same
there.
picture.
Yeah, it's the same profile picture. I probably gotta fix that.
So should I just click on that?
Yeah, if you click on that, you'll see some of my videos. I haven't updated the, what's it called? I haven't updated the bio. It still says 3-0 instead of 4-0.
Got you. Really quick, guys, if you want. Oh, this is your Instagram too?
That's my Instagram.
All right, guys. I'm going to be posting it here. As a matter of fact, I'll have it scrolling through the whole episode. But check out his YouTube channel. Subscribe, guys. Let's get him up. Same thing with ours. Make sure you subscribe. We're at 200 or 157 or something like that.
That's good.
Or I forgot. But, yeah, we want to get up there. So what I want you to do. Oh, you fought Khabib. I'm just playing. I was like, oh, shit. Which one do you want to see, man?
One of my fights you're talking about?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Here, let me go to videos.
So the video is unlisted. Let me see if I can make it public right now.
Okay, got it.
If I could make the video public, we'll be able to
see there he is right there. Khabib.
Yeah. I made that was 4 years ago. I was a little kid when I made that video. Before I started fighting or anything, I would make highlight videos of my fighters that I liked.
Got it.
Let's see.
That's Joe right there.
That's Joe Daddy Stevenson, yeah. That's when I got my...
Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Like always, guys, I'm here to learn. I respect these fighters. I mean, they put their body on the line. For us, it's entertainment. But the thing is, we're there to support. So the next time this guy fights... Where are you fighting? Dan Henderson, right?
Dan Henderson's in Temecula, yeah.
So, 2 months from now.
No,
yeah, November.
Even. It's November. It's like a month and 10 days.
Let's call it. Let's round up just to make me look smart. 2 months from now, yeah. less than 2 months from now. Did you figure it out?
Yeah, I think if you just hit refresh, the video will pop up right there, top left corner.
Look at that, you're teaching me, bro.
Yeah.
I just learned how to put this in slow motion. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's see if you scroll down.
There we go.
So did it pop
Should I
up?
do home?
Maybe, yeah.
Home.
There it is, that video right there. That's
there.
my debut.
So this is your first. So you were 0-0 that day.
I was 0-0.
Yeah.
And so was my opponent.
Cool. There's Dan Henderson.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch his debut fight. Who are you fighting there?
I fought, I believe his name was Isael Munoz.
Isael Munoz.
I was 18 years old. He was 31 or 33.
You said he's a former Marine too, right?
I believe he was a former Marine, yeah. And a little bit of context to this fight. The week of the fight, I had like 3 or 4 different opponent changes. Like for some reason, like one person would accept and then they would back out.
Really?
I'm not saying that they were scared, but like it was just a weird situation. Like one person would say yes and then they'd back out. And I'm grateful that I actually got an opponent that way. Like so that way, my training got put into a fight instead of that training camp going into nothing. Yeah,
got it. There's that.
So he's there in the cage right now. That's me walking out.
Okay.
So the video is about like 5 minutes of just walking and
I'll
celebrating.
Forward if you want.
Yeah. And then about 50 seconds of fighting. That's me.
Oh, somebody just walked in.
Yeah.
Somebody. Let me get that back.
Yep. So that's me in the cage right now.
That's right there.
Fist bump him right there.
That's good, man. That's
show respect.
Sportsmanship. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Now, let me ask you something, and maybe you know more than me.
Yeah.
I ask the same question to every fighter that's in here. Who's that very tall guy announcer?
Very tall guy.
Blonde guy, tall. He's like 6 foot.
His name is Big Mo or something like that.
Big Mo?
I think so.
He almost reminds me of Michael Buffer. The announcer is tall. He's always in
You're not talking about that guy right there, right? You're talking about a different guy?
I don't know. I can't see him well.
Because the guy that announces almost all the fight nights is his name is Navajo Joe. He's actually Sarah Valencia's husband.
No, that's the guy that's like
no.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. That guy. No, but the tall guy.
I think I know who you're talking about. I think his name is King Mo or something like that.
See, nobody knows who he is.
I've seen him one time before. I'm like, damn, you're tall as fuck.
That's the guy. I was walking next to him and I went like this. Oh shit! This guy is tall. All right, so they're announcing you. Yeah, that's Joe, right?
That's Joe. Yeah.
Yep.
He's a sheriff.
Yeah.
And a ring announcer.
Yep.
He's the one that actually gave me a nickname too when you were asking me if I have a nickname. So like my family calls me the Lion.
Got it.
But the nickname he gave me was the real deal.
Got it.
After my second fight.
Because I was going to ask you if you had one, and I was going to call you Omar the Rider. Riyadh.
The Rider?
Yeah, Rider.
Yeah.
Like Rough Riders DMX?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Looks like you're just bouncing, ready to go.
Yeah.
Cool. 18 years old, his debut, 0-0. Let's check it out.
A lot of movement in and out. The guy was super spazzy. Like you could see his movements are like very fidgety, very like out of nowhere he'll just explode on you. So I was just a little bit hesitant. Obviously also being my first time in the cage, in and out, pump fake, and then boom, shot. And then this I would say is my signature in the cage. I'll pick him up and I'll walk with him for a little bit. I've done that in about every fight besides my third one.
Yeah.
Right there. He's bucking as hard as he can, trying to get out of side control. I use that momentum. I get my hooks in. Now I'm on his back. He's tripoding right there. I grab his wrists out. He rolls over, and right there I sink in the rear naked choke.
Tap,
and I get that tap. Right
tap.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my God.
That's my preferred method of winning fights.
Tap
submission.
Out?
Yeah.
Yeah. One more time, Ram. A little bit further back.
Yeah, right from there, he tripods. You can see me yank his wrist out. He drops to his elbow, then he rolls. And then right from there, boom, I sink in that choke.
Rear naked choke.
Yeah, get that tap.
Now, in your experience, what's the longest, in your opinion, you can hold a rear naked choke before you tap out?
Before I tap out?
Yeah, or before anybody, like your normal.
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
And it depends on how well the choke has been like set on them.
Gotcha.
Like if you have like a picture perfect rear naked choke and it's covering all bases in terms of cutting off like the blood circulation on both sides, you're not going to stay in there for more than like
5 seconds,
10 seconds.
Oh, okay, a little bit more.
Like at most 10 seconds. If it's a perfectly set choke, 10 seconds and you're going to go out.
Because you're going to try to fight it.
You're going to try to fight it. You're going to squeeze. But if they have the correct like mechanics on that choke, that blood is not going to get to your brain and you're going to go to sleep. But if you're moving around and they might not have it fully perfect, like I'm like I always joke around with people in the room and like my coaches, I'm like, I'm kind of like a cockroach. Like I'll just survive in submissions.
Yeah.
People will be squeezing their arms out and I could breathe enough. It's uncomfortable, it's annoying, but I'm breathing enough and they're burning their arms out. So I could be here all day long.
As long as you have that little gap, like you said earlier, just to breathe.
All day long, I'll be in the submission, like guillotines, anacondas, darces, like squeeze as much as you want.
What about arm bars?
Arm bars is a different story because like I could hold my breath and like keep moving around. But with an arm bar, the longer you hold out on it, if it's set correctly, like your shit's gonna break. Yeah. So it depends. If you could move and like get it at an angle that way, like they don't have the correct angle to like break your arm. Yeah. Then you'll be able to hold out a little bit longer, but you want to get your elbow out. You clear the elbow line, get your arm out. But yeah, those are a little bit tougher joint submissions. Man, those are scarier to hold out on.
Have you ever gone 3 rounds at least?
Yeah, my second fight, I went the distance in my second fight.
I'm being sarcastic, bro. Yeah. Hell yeah. Like I said, man, I like to get my money's worth, man. Yeah. I remember when I went to Commerce Casino and saw Kim's fight. She knocked her out in the second round, and I'm like, I drove 2 hours. Come on, man. Yeah. But luckily, David was next. So it was David, and then I think there was them two, just David and Kim, and then the last one was David. Nasty Nate, you, but I didn't know you at the time, and there was somebody else.
Jaden
Longoria. That was his debut. Yeah, and he won.
Yeah, he got was it a knockout or a decision? I forget.
I believe it was a knockout.
Yeah, I think it might have been as
well. I think it was a knockout. Yeah. And then
Jaden's a beast.
He's good, man. Yeah. I was supposed to have him on the podcast too, so I've had 3 guys that did no shows: Jaden, Jared, and a guy named Christian from Steel.
Christian, yeah.
I don't know his last name, but you're the first one since Nasty Nate, so I appreciate this guy. That makes sense. But hopefully I can have those guys on here in the future, man, because I'm just trying to help you guys. I'm not famous. We don't have 1 million subscribers, but anything I could do to put you guys on the internet, because I want people to see the other side. Because if I type in Omar Riyadh, all I'm seeing is fights. Yeah. But if I can see the other side of you see what I'm saying? I can be like, okay, this guy's good. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? He's a real person, and I would, be pleasure to fight him or even become friend. I don't know how this works, man. Maybe one day when I start fighting, I can understand what you guys go through. But oh man, so let me do this, brother. Let's go into the questions. Okay.
Let's have it.
Yeah. It's gonna be some good questions, some funny questions. Feel free to say pass. If it's like, I don't think I want to answer that, but it's nothing too personal. It's just one of those things where I want to ask. All righty. Yeah. Let's start off with the first one, man. What is your routine? I know you say you go to school. Now, speaking of school, what are you studying?
Right now, I am studying business.
Okay.
But inshallah, I'm trying to get into like firefighting and EMT stuff. Okay. Yeah. So that's. At the moment, I'm doing business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in my second year of community college.
Okay. Yeah. What school you go? Is it Poway?
No, I'm going to a school in Temecula, MSJC.
Oh, you still driving all the way up there?
No, I'm going online just because.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was enrolled there before we moved, and the semester was already going on, so I couldn't just switch out.
Yeah. 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 During COVID, I had to do everything online. I hate it, bro. I'm one person that go on the campus and you see what I'm saying. I know it's a pain in the ass.
It's more engaging that way. You actually learn, make some connections.
Just do your project here, submit it. Do I forgot what they're called, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah. But I just went because I was bored. So cool, man. Cool. Well, good luck on that, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to pull up my questions.
I like the name of this podcast too. It's very creative.
Yeah, thank you.
Mouth guard out.
Yeah, it was supposed to be mouthpiece out.
Yeah.
But mouthpiece is also the stuff you put like on a trumpet. That's a mouthpiece. So I'm like, well, and I asked Jeff, I said, can I use mouthpiece? He goes, yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. But I don't want people referring to like pieces for like instruments.
Yeah.
So he goes,
mouth guard.
The mouth guard
has a more combat like.
Yeah. So that's why it says at the bottom, in the minds of MMA fighters. Yeah. Not in the ring, but once the mouth guard comes out, I want to sit down with you. So
exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Let me see. Do you take a nervous dump before you fight, man?
No, not a dump, but I'll go and pee a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm just super hydrated, so I'm just peeing all the time.
That's true. That's true. Like I said, I'm a teacher. So every time, like tomorrow I start a new class. Yeah. So I always have to take a nervous dump. Yeah. I always want to feel light and be like, okay, cool. Yeah. Let me loosen up. So you don't take a nervous dump, right?
Yeah.
Now, one thing I didn't hear on, and I don't want to put it on there because then we probably get copy struck. What is your walkout song?
My walkout song, I've had like different walkout songs for some of my fights, but for the main one, it's called Jainak Abhaya.
Arabic?
It's an Iraqi song,
Hell
It's super hype. Like, you don't even have to understand Arabic to just get hype with the song.
Is it one of those war songs? I know Arabic has a lot
no,
of combat
it's not
war.
like it's not like a war song. It's kind of like, you'll hear it like played at weddings. It's just like a really hype song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is the premises of the song? What does it talk about? Or
so like Jainak Abhaya kind of like translates to like, we have come to you with this. And it's kind of like kind of pumping themselves up, like, yeah, we're those guys.
Yes.
We come to you with this. People fear us. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah. A lot of people think, well, if you walk out, you're going to use a Mexican song, right? I said, dude, hell no, I'm not Mexican. I'm American.
Yeah.
I'm going to use an American song, right?
Yeah.
But that is sick, though. That is.
I was thinking about walking out to my next fight to Blow by Kesha, just because I feel like it would have been iconic. But
they would have been like, what? Yeah. Like what was his name? David. He walked out to Creed. Hold me now. And he's all pumped up. And I'm listening. I'm like, is that Creed?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And Jeff and everybody singing the song. I'm like, that really throws everybody off, because you just always want to fight like a rah, to pump you up, but which was pretty cool. Hell yeah. How do you mentally prepare for a fight? And let me interrupt real quick. I know you have prayer. I know you have fasting, but what does Omar do? Do you watch cartoons? Do you eat junk food? I mean, how do you go in there and says, you know what? How do you sleep the night before? I know it's a series of questions to ask, but
the night before, like the night before, I'm mainly just going over like situations in my head. Like, oh, if he does this, I'll do that. If I do this, he might do this. So then I'll do that instead. I'm just like kind of playing the fight over and over and over again in my head.
Do you watch, I guess, reels of the fighters?
Yeah, I try to look up as much like footage on them. I want to know what I'm getting myself into. I want to know what they do good, what they go for. And obviously the coaches will do that too. I know some fighters don't like watching tape at all. They just like leave it to their coach. Yeah. But I like knowing what the guy fights like and what he does. And I try to study their fights. And
you know what sucks is because everybody's still too new. They really don't have
There isn't a lot of footage. Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. And even the footage that they do have, like you will evolve so much in your first couple fights. Yes. And you should keep evolving no matter what part of your career that you're in. Like, you'll go from like your second fight to your third fight. And I'm like, okay, he does this in his first two fights. Yeah. But then he could be a completely different fighter in his third fight because you're just evolving that quick. Especially with me, a lot of guys, they might evolve at a slower pace, but I'm only like 3 years into MMA. I'm only been training combat sports total 5 years. Wow. So I'm evolving very quickly. So like, if somebody watches my last fight, it's not going to be the same person that they're fighting this next fight.
I'm going to put this right here, bro. This is too pretty to... Here we go. Look at that. Ooh, I think that looks better right there.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Now, other than the MMA, you said you do other things, right? Jiu-jitsu?
I do jiu-jitsu. I do
Muay Thai?
Kickboxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, I started with wrestling, high school wrestling,
Regular folk style wrestling?
Folk style, We did freestyle and Greco off season, but mainly folk style wrestling,
Did you ever do any karate or judo or anything?
I did karate once as a little kid for like 1 or 2 months at a time. And then
I think every little kid.
Stick,
I went to purple belt, but that was karate. But
no, I didn't get past the warm-up part of class.
Really?
I was over here just doing bear crawls and stuff, and then like my family moved to California. I'm like, oh, okay, see you, dojo.
Hell yeah.
But
hell yeah.
For judo's like my favorite martial art in terms of takedowns. Like, I if I had to choose between judo, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu, I would choose jiu-jitsu because it has the takedown elements and it has submissions and transitions. Yeah. But my favorite style of takedowns comes from judo, like all the foot sweeps, throws. Yeah. That's what I find most attractive, and I learned a lot of judo.
So you take little pieces of every skill.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to be like the best MMA fighter, you can't be like, oh, I'm only going to do jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. I'm like, okay, what about your wrestling? Your jiu-jitsu is useless if you can't take them to the ground.
No shit.
You can't just sit on your butt and scoot, you know? You have to be good at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew, man. I know I asked you this question, but this is a question that was asked. What are your goals for the future? What are your goals for the future in MMA? I know I told you about 5 years from now, but it's one of the questions they ask. What does your future hold in MMA? What do you want out of this, basically?
I want to make a lot of money from fighting, and I want to be one of the best fighters in the world.
Okay.
And I really love coaching too. So I want to, after I'm done fighting, I want to coach and like stay involved with the sport. Like if one day like a switch in my head clicks and I don't want to compete anymore, I'm still gonna be training. I'm not gonna stop going to the gym and
of course
going to kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. Like even if I stop competing in the cage, I'll always, maybe it might not be as frequently as I do now because I have to do it so often. I would still be in the cage.
You want to own your own gym one day?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, coach my own students because right now I coach at 10th Planet Poway on Saturdays, and I've coached at Dan Henderson's gym before.
Okay.
And I just love working with people, coaching them up. Yeah.
Outside of your, once again, I'm reading questions here. Outside of your training and fighting, what do you like to do in your free time? I know you're a student. I know you like cars, but what's something?
I'm just hanging out with my friends, whether that's like in person hanging out or just talking on the party at the PlayStation party, like just playing video games.
PlayStation
together.
Party.
Yeah, so PlayStation party. It's kind of like a voice call, pretty much.
Okay.
So like you'd be on the game, and the party is like you can invite your friends, and you guys are just in kind of like a call.
Oh, that's sick.
Basically, on the console itself.
So I know, because I used to do that with Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. So like some people hop into Discord, whatnot, but that's kind of like the equivalent.
Yeah, I remember when Modern Warfare used to come out. I'd be in there till 2-3 o'clock in the morning playing. I don't know if that was called a party. It was just, and then I'd go to sleep for 2 hours and then go to work.
Yeah.
And then while I'm at work, I'm texting, oh, what time tonight? Oh, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Let me go back to the questions real quick. Yeah. We have a lot of common, man. Now, do you have a victory dance that you do?
A victory dance?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a good dancer.
I know
I'll dance on my own time.
Yeah.
But never in front of somebody else.
I noticed that you go down and you pray. Almost like you lay down, you do a bow.
Yeah, prostration.
Yeah, what is it called?
To God. Prostration.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. A lot of respect for that.
In Arabic, it's called sajda. So like
sajda?
you make a sajda, yeah.
Got you. So you're always praising God.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let's see. Here's another question. What is the funniest trash talk you ever heard before a fight?
Before, like, trash talk, like, to me personally,
to
or
you.
Just in trash talk in general?
I don't know if you saw Jeff's podcast. He's like, what did he say? He took his fighter. He said, went up to him. And he said something like, I'm look forward to fight you tomorrow. Too bad I'm gonna fuck you up or something like that. It was something that I'm not trying to quote it exactly how Jeff said it, but is there somewhat trash talking?
No, I've never been trash talked to really. I'm not the best trash talker either.
Really?
I'll like. I do better when it comes to like action, like in the cage.
Okay.
But if I have to get into like a verbal confrontation with somebody, I'm probably gonna get chewed up. Like I'm not good. I'll probably stutter, make myself look goofy as hell.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not a good trash talker. I gotta get my trash talk game up. No.
Wow. This one's kind of weird, and I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be able to answer because I don't know even what it says. Can you demonstrate your best fighting while not to sneeze technique? Does that sound familiar?
While not to sneeze?
It says fighting while trying not to sneeze technique. I don't know what that is, but at least I read it. Okay, I'm gonna go to another.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is the most ridiculous rumor you've heard about yourself in the MMA world?
Ridiculous rumor I've heard about myself?
About yourself. Oh, Omar's on steroids, right?
Yeah, guys, I'm on that EPO.
Is that what it is? EPO? I don't know what that is, but
I don't think I'm popular enough to have anybody spread rumors about me.
Really?
I've never heard a rumor about myself.
Because I know Nate, he told me when I had him on the podcast, everybody's always starting rumors about him.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. They said he was on steroids. That's where I got that. He's on steroids, but no, nothing?
No.
Maybe a lot of people have too much respect for you.
Or maybe they just don't know me. They're like, who's this guy? Who's he to start a rumor about?
Maybe in the future.
Maybe, yeah. When I get bigger.
What do you have fans? Like people that
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
My friends and my family, I guess they could be counted as fans. I have some people that like my fights and have followed me from there.
Yeah, because here's another question. What's the strangest fan encounter you've ever had? Were you at the store? It'd be like, oh shit, you're Omar.
I don't think I've had any in person, but I've had like people online like ask me like questions that I wouldn't know the answers to. Like,
gotcha.
what should I do for this and that? I'm like, that's not my realm. Like, I don't know how to advise you when it comes to that particular thing. Yeah.
So once you think you get recognized, let's see, is there malls still around?
Is it where?
Malls?
Malls? Yeah, there's still malls.
Are they? Because every time I hear on the news, oh, this mall's shutting down, this mall's shutting down.
Yeah.
But do you feel like the next time, like you're at the mall, let's say you're buying some sneakers, whatever, and then somebody comes up to you and asks for your autograph, how would you
probably
feel?
be like as excited to see them.
I know you're like,
what? You know about me?
How do you know about me?
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, no way. Yeah.
Have you ever? Here's another question. Have you ever hit yourself or knocked yourself while training? Like actually hit yourself on accident? Like you went to do something and you smacked yourself?
I haven't like smacked myself, but I've probably injured myself a bunch of times.
I think everybody's injured. Yeah. But as far as let's say you're doing a ground and pound and oh shit, I just hit myself.
I think I've probably done that a couple times.
I think everybody has, right?
Yeah.
I think it'd be embarrassing because that happened to me one time. I went to block when I was boxing and I punched myself in the face.
No, now that you mentioned that, I've poked myself in the eye. Like I'll have my hands up protecting my face, and then they'll punch me, and then my own finger will go into my eye, and I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, and I have to just like fight through that.
You get that juicy eye, and you're like, oh,
dude,
shit. So
yeah.
now you're using
when it gets sweaty, bro, it's like so bad.
That burns like crazy.
It burns, yeah.
I always use a bandana when I'm fighting, or when I'm not fighting, when I'm training, because for some reason I'm very salty, and once that salt gets in my eye, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
I was sparring. Forgot the guy's name, and he smacked me right here. Yeah, and it went into my eye. So it's not that he punched me in the eye. It's just I think the burning of the sweat hurt more than the freaking smack.
Yeah.
So like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have any signature moves?
So my not blast double leg, but I'll get a double leg and just pick someone up and then walk like 3 feet with them and then slam them.
Is that almost like the one you did with Toby? But you were on the ground, though.
I tried to do that to that was kind of like when we're on the ground, I kind of pick him up and slam him.
Yeah.
But like when you saw my second fight, when I got that double leg, it locked my hands under his butt cheeks, and then I lifted him up and then walked with him and then slammed him down. That's I'd say my signature move. I've done that.
Do you call it something? Is there a name?
Just a double leg.
Just a double leg?
Pick him up and set him down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Got you.
Although I think like Matt Hughes made it really popular. He's a welterweight champion. I think they call it like the Matt Hughes style slam because he did that a lot in his career. Got you. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite pre-fight meal?
Pre-fight meal? I don't have a favorite. I just try to get a lot of carbs and I do eat honey right before my fights.
Honey?
Like in the warm-up area, I'll eat honey,
warm
dates.
Or
Just room temperature honey. Honey, dates, fruits, because those are all going to get absorbed to your body quick.
The natural sugars.
Energy, yeah.
Yes.
So it'll give you energy for the fight.
So no Monsters or Red Bulls and shit like that,
I kind of drink some of those, but I know I shouldn't be drinking them. Yeah.
Not before a fight, though.
No, not before a fight.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Now, I asked Nate this question. This is questions coming from me. I know you guys are hands wrapped and you put your gloves on. Have you ever had to go pee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like a germaphobe, so I'll still wash my hands, but I'm only getting like my fingertips wet.
Yeah.
With the soap and the water, and I'm just like kind of
doing this
with the soap, and the guy's like watching me, making sure I don't wet my gloves.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because it makes them heavier, right?
Maybe makes them heavier.
Do they supervise your urination?
Yeah, they stand outside the bathroom.
Oh, they're not.
They're in the bathroom, but they're not watching me in the same stall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
got you.
I know I pissed all those guys off because I'm like every 10 minutes I'm like, hey, I need to use the bathroom again, and one of them has to walk out with you to the bathroom. So
wow.
Yeah, I pee a lot before my fights.
I can imagine boxers with their full gloves on.
Did you see that one video of Canelo saying that his coach had to wipe his ass for him because he was gloved up?
That's a good ass coach right there.
No, it wasn't. Wipe his ass. Sorry, he was peeing and he had his coach like flick it to get all the.
Oh
pee off.
Yeah. You probably had to pull it down, pull it out.
Yeah. I was like, dude, that's crazy.
I hope he's wearing gloves, bro.
I hope he was wearing gloves. I hope he got paid good.
Some fucking tonsils and shit, or some tongs. Yeah. There you go, bro, and then tuck it back in.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember, being in the Marine Corps, you see all your buddies naked, taking shits. Yeah. I remember one time I was getting my hair fixed. My buddy's right there taking a shit. Where you going, bro? Oh, dude, I got this date tonight. I'm looking over. He's just taking a dump. But it's just one of those brotherhood things, bro.
Yeah.
But I think that would suck because I remember the other day my hands were wrapped. And I'm like, shit, I got to take a piss.
Dude, I never wrap my hands. I hate
No?
wraps.
No?
It takes too much time. I don't do it that good. And I'm like, I'm not hitting that hard, so I don't need to wrap my hands.
Really? Yeah. That's exactly what David said. He doesn't hit that hard.
No, David hits hard. But like like I've rapped before, but I don't do it like rarely.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe I have to start.
So
doing
you
it
just
in the
put
future.
the glove on.
I just put the glove on. Yeah, I don't wear my hand wraps.
That's not regulations, is it? Or that you have to?
For training, you don't have to.
But for fights, you do.
For fights, they wrap you with like tape and like all the gauze and all that.
Got it.
Thing. I'm super picky with that stuff too. It's always too tight, making my finger get a wedgie and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'll have them cut them off and put them back on, and just I'm super picky when it comes to that.
Fuck.
Because I'm like, I don't want it to be that hard to make a fist.
Yeah,
and
you're
make
like
it
this.
super tight. Yeah, make
you
it
have to
super
feel natural.
tight. Yeah, or like the blood is restricted and whatnot. So I'm super picky with that too.
Yeah. You say you drink energy drinks. Do you drink coffee?
I do, yeah. I drink a little bit
I love
of
coffee, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like whenever my mom makes them, I'm like, okay, I'll have some.
Do you believe in aliens?
I don't know.
Not a ghost, but aliens.
Maybe. I mean,
yeah.
It sounds crazy that we're alone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, maybe there's some. It depends what you consider an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Like. Maybe
like spaceships, green little
spaceships. Maybe
Martians.
I don't know. Maybe in like very far distant worlds that we don't know about.
Wow.
But in Islam, like we believe about jinns, and they live on this earth with us, but we don't see them, but they see us.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you could consider that like an alien.
When somebody says, "Do you believe in aliens?" I'm thinking spaceships, E.T.
E.T. Yeah, I don't know about those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, same thing like ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts. You know, some religions use, like Mexicans, Dia de los Muertos. They bring the spirits back. I don't like none of that. But to say, do I believe in aliens and ghosts? No. Like with the whole pyramids, I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know. That's just I always live in the present. I don't live in the past.
I mean, if there was, I'd be happy to be friends with one.
That's
That'd
cool,
be super
bro.
Cool, yeah.
MMA fight with some aliens, right?
Yeah.
Cool, man. What made you go violent, bro?
Go violent?
Meaning,
I'm a peaceful person.
I'm gonna start fighting. I want to punch somebody in the face. I want to get punched in the face.
Just watching MMA, like
really.
I think when I first got into it. 2018.
Okay.
That's like when Khabib and McGregor fought.
Yes.
And that fight kind of made me go, oh, I kind of look like that guy. We kind of have like the same backgrounds and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, maybe I could do it too. And then at first my parents were completely against the idea.
Yeah.
But at first I'm like, okay, maybe I could just start wrestling first. Wrestling for high school. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I could also try jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Maybe I could do kickboxing on its own. And then I kind of slowly
just coerce.
Yeah.
Mom, by the way, Mom, I might get punched in the face.
Oh yeah, what do you think about this, Mom? I already like doing it, and people could get rich from it. So
what do your parents think?
They're supportive of it.
That's good.
Yeah, they back me up a lot. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm just saying that because of the Muslim thing. Very religious, and they're like, no, I don't want you doing this.
Yeah.
But I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, as long as you keep your roots to get intact or strong, I think you can accomplish anything. Yeah. It's when you forget about your roots, after you forget about your religion, where you see what I'm saying, that's when stuff starts to happen. Once again, this is just my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I got some good questions. Here's another one, and then we're going to go into the rapid questions.
Okay.
If you were to punch a celebrity in the face, I'm not talking a fighter, a celebrity, who would you punch?
Is it like a one-hitter quitter punch, or are we getting in a fist fight?
Let's just say you just punch him in the face. You say, "Hey, what's up?" Boom, and then just walk away, and you're not getting no repercussions, no nothing.
I'm trying to think of like what celebrity I would want to do that to.
I say this in the last couple of podcasts. I say The Rock.
The Rock.
I can't for some reason.
That might
I can't
hurt your
stand
hand,
The Rock.
dude. The Rock.
At least I punched him though, bro.
Yeah. Let's see.
So The Rock, if you're out there, man, I'm gonna get you, bro.
I'm coming for you, dude.
There you go, bro.
Let's see. Celebrities I would want to punch.
Taylor Swift.
Let
me go on a date with you first, and then I'll punch you.
Maybe. Or if you ask her on a date, she says no.
Oh shit! There you go.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't really have any celebrities that I don't like. Maybe fighters.
Okay, let's do a fighter then. Okay, let me rephrase it now. Since we're doing fighters, if you were to fight 2 minutes with any fighter, I don't care. I mean, no holds barred, bro. You're punching till you bleed for 2 minutes. Who would you fight?
Is in this situation, is it me right now or me in my prime?
No, right now, bro.
Me right now.
Right now.
Fuck. Okay, let's see. I might. Damn, they'd all kick my ass.
Ron Jones?
Huh?
Ron Jones?
No, I would punch John Jones probably.
Yeah. John Jones. Sorry, I said Ron.
I don't know. Yeah,
you don't know who?
I'd punch him.
This guy's an innocent guy, man. Because usually, I don't fuck this guy up and fuck this guy up, but no, this guy.
No, because I know they'd all fuck me up right now. I'd have to go after like a flyweight, even then.
Okay, all right. Let me modify it one more time.
Yeah.
If Dana White said you're about to go to the UFC, but you have to fight this fighter, I don't care if you win or lose. You have to fight this fighter, and then you're in the UFC. Who would
probably fight the bummiest fighter in the UFC?
What is it? They have a name?
Shit. There's a lot of bummy fighters. I'd say
Nick Diaz.
Nick Diaz, no, he's good. He's just past his time.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'd say you should fight him then.
Yeah. Okay. I guess
right?
I'll fight Nick Diaz.
Nick, or what about his brother Nate?
Nate. Yeah.
Which one would you take?
I think Nate would be an easier fight than Nick, but in saying that, they'd probably both still kick my ass.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Stockton, motherfucker, just slaps me across my
right?
face. Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm gonna get you fuck yours, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly,
That's how they talk. Hamburgers or pizza, bro?
Dude, hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
Pizza goes hard, but hamburgers.
Hamburgers. Hell yeah. Let me see. I'm just trying to find some good questions for you. And you already talked about your song, your walkout song.
Yeah.
All right. And here's the famous question that we ask everybody that comes in here. If you would fight a Ninja Turtle, who would you fight and why? So if you were to fight a Ninja Turtle, so far the last couple people have picked the same person.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I might mess up their names, but I wouldn't fight Raphael. He's the Red Fool.
Every time. They always said they won't fight Raphael.
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody says Donatello.
Donatello.
The dude purple. Yeah, he's probably the... I think I'd fight Michelangelo.
We changed it.
Just because you said that, like Donatello, he's probably like the more friendlier, nicer.
Yeah.
But Michelangelo's probably the least experienced.
Michelangelo has the nunchucks, right?
He's the nunchuck guy. Yeah.
According to Nasty Nate, he said Michelangelo is the fiercest.
The fiercest?
The fiercest.
He probably has the most heart.
Yeah. He's the fiercest. So that's why everybody picks Donatello.
Yeah.
Because he's the nerd. He's the weakest.
Yeah, but he's going to be smart. He's going to come into battle like calculated and shit.
So so far, Donatello is 3-0. So now you have Michelangelo. So I'll go ahead and post the Michelangelo on there. Give me 1 second. There you go, man. Yeah. There you go. Get a lucky shot in. Check this out, guys. Dude, these belts are sick as hell. This one is heavy as hell. The Dan Henderson one. Yeah. This thing is heavy as hell. It's heavy, I like this one. This
one's nice. I like the material. It's so soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like the quality of this better.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it looks safe.
Imagine this one was the same weight as this one.
That would be sick.
It'd be way nicer.
That would be freaking sick. Cool. So let me do this now. Let me ask you some rapid questions, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll be done with this is going to be posted in October, so you'll see it. I'll be posting some shorts. All right, guys, here we go. Coffee or energy drinks?
Energy drinks.
Energy drinks.
They taste better.
Speedos or board shorts?
Speedos. Board shorts.
Board shorts?
Yeah.
What about for fighting?
Board shorts.
Yeah. If you were to get paid $50,000, would you fight with the thong on?
With a thong?
Yeah.
No.
$50,000, bro.
I mean, it depends who's watching the fight.
Your butt cheeks, bro. You got to show their butt cheeks, man. What's your favorite TV show, if you have one?
TV show? I'm a big fan. I always grew up like watching Transformers.
Ooh.
I love Transformers.
I love Transformers, bro. Old school or new school? Because I'm Optimus Prime. That was my era.
But I've seen a lot of the older ones. The first one I grew up watching was Transformers Prime.
Okay.
It's like the cartoon one. I've seen all the live action movies. I just saw the new one that came out, Transformers 1. It's kind of like cartoony a little bit.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cat or dog person?
Cat.
You like cats?
I have a cat. Yeah.
You have a cat? I had a cat for 18 years.
Yeah.
She died 2 years ago.
Rest in peace.
Had her for 18 years. She was my PTSD cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. She finally died, and that's why we have those 2 little puppies. Oh, hell yeah. And your funniest moment in fighting. Like if you said, like, if you look back at your fight, you'd be like, oh my God, why in the fuck did I do that?
Me getting dropped in my last fight.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, me getting dropped.
Getting dropped.
Yeah.
Damn.
My friends always like send a little clip of me getting dropped in there.
Yeah.
They're always like, oh, look at you. Like they meme it a lot. They like troll me.
Got you. Yeah. I got one more question somebody wrote in. And I already asked you, but let's go ahead and just say it so the audience can see it. Would you rather have a submission or a TKO?
Submission.
Submission.
Yeah.
That means you did your job.
If I could go in there and I could submit them and we both come out unscathed, I prefer that than giving brain damage. Yeah.
Holy crap.
I prefer that, yeah, myself.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that. Cool. Well, guess what, brother? We are done.
Nice.
We are done. I appreciate absolutely. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Make sure you follow him. Once again, I am going to be putting his Instagram down here in the bottom. I appreciate your time. But like always, I always ask every fighter that comes in here, I need you to bless the table, brother.
Yes, sir.
So if you don't mind, go ahead and find an empty spot. I'll move this out of the way. Feel free to move to the other side if you want. There's plenty of room over here. Bless the table, guys. November, when is your next fight? November 9th, guys. November 9th. It's going to be at the Dan Henderson fight gym in Temecula, California. If anything, I'm going to link it down here if you guys want to check them out. Is there anybody from Valiant fighting over there?
Not that I know of at the moment.
Uh-huh.
But we might have like a couple guys.
Put the month and the year.
Oh, the month.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, I got you.
Because if I write it, then it's plagiarism, right?
Just
put September. Just put SEP and then 2024. Cool. The Lion, Omar, the Lion, Riyadh.
Yes, sir.
So November 9th, I got to get tickets. Who are you fighting, if you can say?
I don't have an opponent yet.
You don't have an opponent yet?
No, they got to find me somebody.
And if they don't?
I'll be sad.
Is it a title or?
Yeah, I'll be defending my belt.
Oh, defending your belt.
Yeah.
What does that mean? So if
defending the title, if I win, they're gonna call it and still.
Okay.
And still the champion.
And still.
Yeah.
Okay. And they'll say, and the new.
If I lose, yeah.
If you lose. You'd keep this one, right? They just give them another one.
I'm going to keep this one, yeah. They better give me a second one if I win.
Hell yeah. It's technically a title fight.
Yeah.
Or a lot of times they'll put a star on here or something. I don't know if they do that. Yeah.
Like I think the UFC does that now. They add like rubies on the belt for each title defense.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Well, let's make sure we keep these belts and the title.
These stay in my closet. Nobody's taking these
Hell yeah, man. Have you ever seen those see-through boxes with the belts?
Yeah.
Like if you look at the shoes right here, but they have them for the belt.
Yeah, I've seen those.
That'd be sick, dude. On your mansion, you walk in, pop. Oh, shit.
That'd be cool, yeah.
That'd be sick, man. So, like always, guys, I have a gift for you guys, and then I'm going to give you the gift here in a second. Awesome. Once again, guys, check out Omar's fight, Dan Henderson. What's the full name for Dan Henderson?
Dan Henderson's Athletic Fitness Center. That's the name of the gym and the organization.
Say that to the camera. Say it one more time.
Dan Henderson's Athletic Fitness Center. That's the location where the fights are held, and the organization is called Hendo's Fight Night.
Hendo's Fight Night. In Temecula, California. Woo, it's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be. They did a lot of construction there.
They did, yeah. They've been renovating. Hendo's been adding like a barrel house or like a winery or something like that, like a restaurant to the
upstairs
gym.
or what?
Yeah.
Got it.
It's like part of the gym.
Because the last time I went, the parking lot was all jacked up.
It's way better now. It looks really nice. Yeah, wow. They're more done with construction now.
You guys need to do valet, man, because I bring in my cars and I always time
parking's a pain in the ass.
Always
on these fight nights.
You know what's funny is when Kim fought, I had my Porsche.
Yeah.
So the front entrance was right there. I just said, parked right there in front of the entrance. And then I walked out in my suit. So the guy was taking the ticket. I gave him $20. I said, here, bro, look out my car. Make sure it doesn't get towed. He goes, oh, don't worry about it. So they just left it there because it was more of a presentation because there was a Ferrari parked next to mine. Yeah. So now I have the Bentley. So I want to make sure I get parked right there in front. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, let me give you your gift. This is, since I was in the Marine Corps, these are the golden dog tags. Yeah. Does that make sense? So if you want to check those out, sweet. Feel free to hang them somewhere, maybe next to your belts. It says, I was on the Moth Guard Out podcast hosted by the Tailor.
Is that your nickname?
That's my nickname, yeah. That'll be my fighter nickname, the Tailor.
The Tailor, dude.
Yeah. The reason why is because I'm always in suits. So every time you see me at fights, whatever, I'm always in a suit right there. So they're like,
dripped out.
What's that?
Said dripped out, yeah.
I'm dripped out. Yeah. I guess that's a new term, dripped out.
Yeah, that's when you're looking fly. You know?
Yeah, we used to call it suited and booted.
Yeah.
Suited and booted. Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you so much. Really quick, if you don't mind, I would love to face off for you, bro.
Face off, let's do it.
Let's do it. Just don't punch me, man. Just don't punch me. Perfect timing. The cameras are running out, but this one's still going. So once again, guys, Omar Riyadh, the Lion. Check him out November 9th at Henderson Sports. Help me out here.
And Dan Henderson's fight night. Hendo's fight night.
Absolutely.
Temecula.
Absolutely. So if you don't mind, we're going to do a quick face-off, and then we're going to wrap it up. But, guys, thank you so much. Please share this video. Subscribe. Other than that, guys, intro out. I'm about to face off with this guy. Woo, 4-0. Here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go. You got to keep it low. And then just right here. You don't have to stand up. Just look at the camera. Get a little closer. Get a little closer to me.
Where am I looking at the camera?
Right there.
Oh, at myself?
Yeah, just look at yourself. Ready? And turn. Done. That's for the thumbnail. Oh, yeah, I saw a lot of the thumbnails were face-offs. They're just all face-offs, yeah.